Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel. This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change, and the world is better off for it.
U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth with his comments this morning. And we are hearing from multiple U.S. administration officials, also Donald Trump telling CNN, they did a phone conversation and told CNN that the big wave of this intervention in Iran is yet to come. Let's head over now to Eliaz, who is Consul General of Israel in Montreal. He's on the line. Consul General, thanks for coming on the show.
Good morning, Eliaz. Thank you for having me.
So how did you welcome this news from Saturday?
Well, it was, the timing is always surprising, but it was not a big surprise. We were expecting that it would come. I think the Americans gave the Iranians, much more than anyone could expect of time and opportunities to get into some kind of an agreement. They decided they don't want to get there, and this is the results of their own decision. No tears are shed about Mr. Khamenei and his people that were being killed during this Saturday and the few days after.
And I know that you're used to conflict by now, but I wonder if you have any concerns about what lies ahead in this, and whether it's Iran fighting back. How do you view what comes next?
Well, first, a war is always a difficult thing. Unfortunately, we have some casualties and injuries and damages in Israel already. Of course, the Iranians, as they usually do, they target pure civilian targets, just ordinary people that have been at home. But this is the way they operate, and this is unfortunately not the first time. This is not going to change the plans of Israel. On the contrary, it's about time that after years that the Iranian leaders, the only promise is to get rid of Israel, to destroy Israel, whatever. If you have a few moments, I can tell you about the story of the Prime Minister of Spain from several years ago. It's a very interesting story, but nevertheless, we have no other choice. The Iranians were moving forward with their nuclear program. They're about to create locations that will be deep underground for their missiles and their nuclear facilities. Therefore, it was the last moment that the Western world and, of course, the United States leading it could take care of it before it would be too late, and you will need a much bigger military operation to take care of those dangers. Those are, and they put in danger, as you see, not only Israel and not only the States. You see that all the region has been attacked by Iran, Arab countries, the Gulf countries, Jordan, Cyprus. So they have no limits, those guys.
What do you say to someone who here's what you say, specifically about Iran's nuclear intentions, but is worried that an action like this will further destabilize the region?
Well, right now, and for the last decade, Iran has been the major destabilizer of the region time after time. Nothing is new about it. They were supporting the Houthis in Yemen. They were supporting the Hezbollah in Lebanon. They were supporting Hamas. They were supporting the militias in Iraq that created the chaos over there as well. So whatever went wrong in the Middle East, Iran had a hand in it. So maybe there will be a bigger mess for a very short time. But I think it's the interest of the whole region, of the whole world, that Iran will change and they will have better regime. We have nothing against the Iranian people. They are smart people and they are good people. But they were kidnapped by crazy extreme religious leadership that they have no limits. They think that they are being directed directly from their God. And unfortunately, it could not go on like that. And they promised a war against Israel from the day of the beginning of the revolution. I mean, I don't know what they have against us. We don't even have a common border with Iran, so there is nothing about land or borders or whatever. But, you cannot argue with people that are fanatic and they don't have any other goals in their lives.
Consul General, this morning on the program, we heard from Iranian Montrealers. You saw them celebrating in the streets of this city as well. Do you have a message for Iranian Montrealers who are listening to this program today?
Of course. First of all, it's very, I was very happy to see those protests and demonstrations. They were very positive in a way. They were not violent. They were dancing. They put on music. You see the happiness on the faces of the people. It was like a beautiful thing to see. You see people that are raising up, and they want their freedom back. And we support that. We hope that we will be able to renew good relations like we used to have in the past with the state of Iran, with a new state of Iran that will have a kind of a normal regime. And the Iranian people here in Montreal are our friends, and we support them with all our hearts. And together we will build this friendship again.
Do you have any security concerns right now in the city of Montreal, given what's going on?
Well, we are in touch with the local police, and we feel safe. We have some restrictions about the operation of embassies and consulate all over the world, because we know the Iranians, they have some draw plans, and we don't know where they're going to do it. But I'm sure that with the very good and positive cooperation of the Canadian security, we are safe and good, and we have no worries.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there, Consul General. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Eliaz.
That's Eliaz Louf, who is the Consul General of Israel in Montreal.
iHeartRadio is throwing it back.
2010s, the decade.
To the days of huge hits and unforgettable anthems. A non-stop stream of the biggest and best.
Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy, Gaga, The Weeknd,
and more. All your decade-defining favorites, all in one place.
Hi, it's Katy Perry.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
This is Kesha.
Find 2010's The Decade on the free iHeartRadio app. Preset the station so it's always one tap away.